Our next presenter, Paul Williamson, is the science advisor to SkyTran, and we've been talking a lot about other kind of brands, so this is going to be another flavor. But the whole idea again is, how do we get sustainable transportation out there in the, at least for this, in the mid-range in terms of distance. Paul has been with SkyTran since pretty much the beginning. He brings an incredible amount of experience, technical experience. He was also the dean of students, dean of the college at the University of Montana, and has been involved with transportation systems here in Colorado, focusing on. He's the CEO of the Sustainable Systems of Colorado, that focuses not only on transportation, but in other issues of sustainability. And he is working tirelessly to help make systems like SkyTran and sustainable transportation happen here and in other parts. And you'll find out a whole lot more from Paul. Thank you.
Thanks much, Ed. And appreciation for being here and the opportunity to speak with you, and special to Daryl and the board putting this together. This is a great step forward and an opportunity for all of us to learn and grow about sustainable transportation. I've been working with SkyTran for a while and wanted to bring some of those messages to you to give you a little bit more of an idea of where I am at and how I got to what I'm doing right now. I wanted to cover a few things here for you so that you have a chance to see what's going on with the project. As he said, I've been primarily in academia, but moved into dean and vice president positions and stuff like that, and then start getting more connected with technology. Here's a picture of some of the technology that I dealt with. Here's a hydrogen futures park. Here's a solar and wind park. And have worked with NASA twice over the years, once with the Appalachian Satellite Project back in the 1970s when we were the first to put in satellites, and then again now with the SkyTran project. Also here in Colorado, I'm putting together a sustainable smart home living learning center so that I can provide a learning opportunity for students of all ages to learn how we integrate hydrogen, solar, geothermal, and all the technologies of permaculture and aquaculture into a home environment, and that they can study and learn from that. So, moving on then, of course, I had to write my book. So Winning the Energy Wars is the book I wrote. One of my soapboxes is that we never had a sustainable energy plan here in the United States, so I finally said, well, if we don't have one, somebody needs to write one. So I put one together, and that came out, it was published last year. So, SkyTran, very short history. The inventor is Doug Malowicki out of Los Angeles, who is an aerospace engineer. He thought up the idea of SkyTran back in the early 1990s. Him and I got together about 2002, and about that time I was dean, and then I moved into the university's research and development program there in Missoula, and struck up a conversation and association with Senator Max Baucus, who helped us work with the U.S. Department of Transportation, and they gave us a 4-year grant to develop a hydrogen-powered monorail system that works on magnetic levitation. So we set up 4 laboratories. We had one in Missoula, one in Seattle, one in LA, and one at the NASA Ames Research Center in Mountain View, which is over by San Jose. So we have those 4 laboratories set up. Then we have the NASA proof of concept that we've been working on there. We've consolidated all of our labs now into our research facility there in Mountain View. And here in Colorado, working on one of the projects is the Colorado City Connector. This is our president, Jerry Sanders, who is the SkyTran CEO.
Daryl and the board putting this together. This is a great step forward and an opportunity for all of us to learn and grow about sustainable transportation. I've been working with SkyTran for a while, and wanted to bring some of those messages to you to give you a little bit more of an idea of where I am at and how I got to what I'm doing right now. I wanted to cover a few things here for you so that you have a chance to see what's going on with the project. As you said, I've been primarily in academia, but moved into dean and vice president positions and stuff like that, and then started getting more connected with technology. Here's a picture of some of the technology that I dealt with. Here's a Hydrogen Futures Park. Here's a solar and wind park. And I've worked with NASA twice over the years, once with the Appalachian Satellite Project back in the 1970s when we were the first to put in satellites, and then again now with the SkyTran project. Also here in Colorado, I'm putting together a sustainable smart home living learning center so that I can provide a learning opportunity for students of all ages to learn how we integrate hydrogen, solar, geothermal, and all the technologies of permaculture and aquaculture into a whole environment, and that they can study and learn from that. So, moving on then, then of course I had to write my book. So Winning the Energy Wars is the book I wrote. One of my soapboxes is that we never had a sustainable energy plan here in the United States, so I finally said, well, if we don't have one, somebody needs to write one. So I put one together, and that came out, it was published last year. So, SkyTran, very short history. The inventor is Doug Malawicki out of Los Angeles, who is an aerospace engineer. He thought up the idea of SkyTran back in the early 1990s. Him and I got together about 2002, and about that time I was dean, and then I moved into the university's research and development program there in Missoula, and struck up a conversation and association with Senator Max Baucus, who helped us work with the U.S. Department of Transportation, and they gave us a 4-year grant to develop a hydrogen-powered monorail system that works on magnetic levitation. So we set up 4 laboratories. We have one in Missoula, one in Seattle, one in LA, and one at the NASA Ames Research Center in Mountain View, which is over by San Jose. So we have those 4 laboratories to set up. Then we have the NASA proof of concept that we've been working on there. We've consolidated all of our labs now into our research facility there in Mountain View. And here in Colorado, working on one of the projects is Colorado City Connector.
So our infrastructure.
This is our president, Jerry Sanders, who is the SkyTran CEO.
We can put this all together. If you were in Colorado, you've probably heard about the train system that they're going to put in the Front Range, and they just moved back the train system that they're going to put in to install it by 2042. Now, a lot of audiences I talk to, they're not going to be around in 2042. And so when we talk about putting in a system in 10 to 18 months, they are immediately interested. System capacity up to 11,000 persons per hour.
So,
You do the scheduling
as we
with your cell
look
phone
around the
through the
world,
internet, or
I
just
don't have to
show up at one of our
tell
Sky
you that
portals.
if you travel at all
Boarding time,
in
anywhere
the
from 5 to
Gulf
60
of
seconds,
the
depending on
United
how
States
fast
to
you are
find
getting in
out
the door.
what
Cargo compatible, we can, each SkyPod can hold up to 500 pounds. So you can transport that if you want from one point to the other. And our certification, and this is our next step that we're working towards, getting a test track so we can be certified by the Federal Transit Administration for carrying people.
We even depend on.
Well, I'm here too, this gives you a little idea of the infrastructure, where it's a T-bar here, and we have bi-directional vehicles going each way. So, let me show you a video here that about March of this year, the British Broadcasting System put together a new program called Innovations. And on Innovations, they're going around the world to show new innovations that are happening. The first place they came was NASA. And so they wanted to talk about what NASA is doing. And we were fortunate, and NASA wanted us, the SkyTran, to be the focus of the program. So let me play that video for you.
And there was a time, even back when I got my funding through the U.S. Senate, that money was available. That is no longer available through the federal levels, and it's not available here in the state either.
Hello and welcome to a new series on Horizons.
And I'm going to tell you, after we've had our fires and our...
We're on a voyage of discovery to the four corners of the globe. We're looking at cutting-edge science and technology which has the potential to shake up our lives, our homes, the world in the decades ahead. I'll be talking to some of the world's most influential opinion formers, from chief executives and entrepreneurs to scientists and academics. And together with a team of reporters from across the world, we'll be discussing some of the big issues of the day. We'll be talking to the people most affected by them and investigating the technologies which have the potential to change the world. So welcome to Horizon.